call the meeting of the Government Oversight Committee Wednesday, May 8th to order. First item on the agenda is Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Second item is I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
I will adopt the agenda.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Romano, supported by Commissioner Van Sickle. Any discussion on the agenda? If not, please vote.
We're gonna need time for Harold.
So far, 1 for 1.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is approval of minutes of Joint Public Service Government Oversight Committee meeting minutes dated April 10th, 2024. Motion to approve.
So move, Perna.
I have a motion by Commissioner Perna, supported by Commissioner Nard. Any discussion? If not, please vote.
Commissioner Grote, did your vote come through for you?
Yes.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. We're experimenting with the system today. If at some point in time we have to go to a hand or verbal vote, we will do that. Thank you. Next item is public participation. The first opportunity for public participation is those who wish to speak for 3 minutes on any item on today's agenda. Those that are doing interviews today, we will call them up individually. So anyone from the public wish to speak? Going once, twice, gone. Thank you. Next item is presentations, a proclamation congratulating Sam Agnello for earning runner-up in the state wrestling finals. Motion to receive and file presentation.
So moved by Nard. Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Nard, supported by Commissioner Grott. Sylvia, would you like to speak to it or present it?
I'm going to present. Sam is here.
Okay,
So present. Come on.
it's all yours.
Second place.
This is on behalf of Board Commissioners, Sylvia Grote, and this is for Sam Agnello.
Commissioner, would you please move to the microphone?
Okay. He's the wrestling finals. You earned the second place, second runner-up. And you are also the Macomb County Wrestler of the Year. So congratulations, good work.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. If you guys want a picture?
I gotta say something.
Yeah,
We'll take a picture.
Put the microphone down.
Sam, you have to say something.
You want to say something? You can,
No,
A few syllables.
That's all I'm gonna say.
thank you, or
Looking at the phone.
you
I
proud?
appreciate the time, and then thank you everyone here.
thank you.
Very nice. Did you take the picture? Okay, one more with the parents, come on. All the, with the parents.
Very happy.
I know.
Oh, sure.
Or I can send it to you. It's
We'd like to see some of his moves.
volunteers as tribute. Yeah. All right.
That's the good work. Thank you.
We have a motion to receive and file the presentation. Please vote.
Yes.
Commissioner Lucido, yes.
Yes, Perna. Yes.
Motion passes 12 to 0.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is appointment interviews. First one is 7A, Brownfield Redevelopment Authority Executive Appointment with Board Concurrence. One vacancy, 3-year term to expire on September 30th, 2025. Troy Scott Jeschke.
Jeschke.
Motion to support?
Jeschke.
I have a motion by Commissioner Gratz, supported by Commissioner Nard. Please.
I'm honored to have been recommended for the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority. I've been a municipal city planner for 30 years, and I believe I could be an asset to the authority.
Thank you.
Let me say something.
Seeing no speakers. Oh, Commissioner Brown.
I just want to say it's good to appoint Troy to a board that the county oversees on Brownfield Authority. He's very much a skilled planner, working out in Richmond I've known him his whole time since he's come on. And he's done an outstanding job, and he's responsible and well knowledgeable. And I'm glad that you're helping us in this endeavor. So we're grateful. Thank you, Troy.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a motion support. All in favor, please vote.
Aye.
Well, wait a minute. We want to see if it's working. Oh, I just lost my agenda.
Motion passes 12 to 0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we will move into 7B, County Commissioner Board Appointments, District 11. One vacancy, partial term to expire on December 31st, 2024. We're going to call up those that have filed applications for the audience and the commissioners. The full board vote will take place, is that May 16th? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, if you have any questions for the applicants, please hit the request to speak button. I think that's working.
Need a motion to full this to full board?
Yes, I do, as soon as
Motion
I'm
made.
done explaining the rules here.
Sorry, they ahead of you.
When we do have a vote on this issue of replacing Commissioner Zong, it will require a vote of 7 in the affirmative to make the appointment. It's not a majority vote. That has been confirmed by council. So, unless there's any questions, we will move to our first applicant, Lisa Wojno.
Thank you. Good afternoon. So,
It's all yours.
oh, it's all mine. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm honored to be here today. My name is Lisa Wojno. I filed to fill the appointment for the open District 11 seat because I feel that I'm highly qualified to represent District 11. For those of you that don't know me, my background is I'm a lifelong Macomb County resident, specifically the city of Warren. And I graduated from Warren High School, went on to Oakland University, where I graduated with my bachelor's degree in nursing. And upon graduation, I worked at Royal Oak Beaumont Hospital. I worked in the ICU, worked in labor and delivery, and then in the emergency room. And after working about 10 years at Royal Oak Beaumont, I then was elected to state representative and was proud to serve my community of Warren and Centerline in what was the 28th district. And was first elected in 2002 and then was reelected 2 more times after that until term limits. And once I was term limited, I went back to the private sector, went to work for a company called Northwood. It's a benefit management company owned by Benson's Hospital Supplies in Macomb County. And I was hired on as their director of business development. After a few years, because of my leadership capabilities, they promoted me to their chief operating officer. And so I've been their chief operating officer since 2012. I oversee roughly 120 employees and have 3 directors that directly report to me. I feel like there's some key initiatives that I would like to focus on because of my background in healthcare and my experience in the legislature. And some of those are clean water initiatives, Meals on Wheels, supporting our county health department. And I feel like I have great experience in working with city officials, county officials, state officials, federal officials, and have really worked across the aisle, bipartisan, to be able to get things done for the district that I represented when I served as state representative. So again, I humbly ask for your support for this appointment, and look forward to having any questions you might have.
Thank you. It looks like you're going to get off easy, Lisa. I don't see any questions, so thank you very much
Okay.
for your presentation.
Thank you.
I would remind the speakers we're going to limit the presentations to 3 minutes. Cal has this very elaborate timer here, so everybody gets 3. Next is Garry Watts. Garry, welcome.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to apply for this position to finish the term out, and I've also filed to run in the election. My name is Garry Watts. I am a lifelong resident of Warren. I've worked in Macomb County all my life. Every place I've worked has been in Macomb County. I bought my first home back in '73 in the south end of Warren, moved up to the north end back in the early '90s. I retired. I worked at Macomb Community College for 30 years, and I was also a police reserve officer for the city of Centerline for 34 years. I'm a very pro police, fire, public safety person, and I feel that I have a lot to give to the community. I spent 4 years on the Warren City Council. I was very active as a council person. And I still want to give back. I'm retired. I have the time for this, and I think I have a lot to offer. So I'm ready to hit the ground running. That's all I got.
Thank you. You're getting off easy too, Garry. There are no speakers, no questions that I can see. This group's usually not that quiet. Next is Mike O'Reilly. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me today. I really appreciate it. My name is Michael Reilly. I want to thank the Government Oversight Committee for holding today's interviews and for the opportunity to be considered as District 11 County Commissioner for the remainder of former Commissioner-elect and now State Rep Mai Zong. She did a terrific job, and I'd be honored to fill her shoes for the next 7 months if given the opportunity to do so. I was born and raised in Warren. I've resided in the city for the majority of my life. I've lived in Macomb County my entire life. I've been interested in public service and politics since high school, where my favorite subjects were civics, history, and political science. I graduated from Oakland University with a Bachelor's of Science in Human Resources Training and Development with a minor in labor relations. I have worked in corporate HR prior to transitioning to working in the social service field as a certified substance use disorder recovery coach, where I got to work with individuals dealing with alcohol, drugs, drug and mental and emotional health issues. In this role, I've had the opportunity to work in collaboration with 2 terrific county resources, Community Mental Health and Macomb County Office of Substance Abuse. They do terrific work, and I'd be honored again to be able to work with them if given the opportunity. It'd be a real honor and privilege to serve my fellow residents of District 11 and the County Commission, because I am and continue to be concerned about what happens in and around my immediate community as well as the greater community, Macomb County as a whole. I feel I'd be good and passionate representative on behalf of the city and the citizens of Warren. As highlighted in my application, I believe my active listening skills, along with an appreciation and understanding of the importance of being a team player when it comes to working with and alongside the rest of the board, would be a benefit to all the residents of District 11. It's my hope and desire to serve the board with pride, dignity, and decorum, as I know Commissioner Mai Zong did during her tenure. If appointed, it would be my intention to be engaged and informative with residents at District 11 regarding everything from the county budget, especially how money is being allocated within the district, to expected and planned public service projects, especially the roads governed by the county, and as well as to advocate and represent the residents when there's a crisis like there was recently with the pollution in Bear Creek. I come to you today, I'm not being sponsored or encouraged by any political party or any special interest group. I really want to do it because of the residents of Warren. As Commissioner Nard comes to the city council meetings every other week, she comes and she talks about decorum and about working together, about being a team, and about the ability to agree to disagree. And I really would really like to serve the next 7 months doing that. And I just thank you again for your time and the opportunity to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you. You do have questions.
Okay.
Commissioner Kraft.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Michael, just one question for you. Why did you apply for the appointment and then not file to run for the full 4-year term in 7 months?
Yeah, so I ran for city council last year, and I was, unfortunately for myself, I didn't make it, but I learned a lot. It was great to interact with the citizens. I took a big swing at it by running all city, came up short, learned a lot, very humbled by the experience. When I saw that this opportunity was going to come about, it really just called to me. I do have a passion for public service and representing my fellow community members. I didn't see myself getting involved in that, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I see the names and the people with their backgrounds. That would be, again, another big swing at it. Not that I wouldn't like to do that in the future, but I really would like to just serve out that next 7 months and represent that from a real independent and team-centered approach.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Kraft. Commissioner Lucido, did you withdraw? Thank you. You're off the hook.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
I should have mentioned that we did have everybody's application data here. I'm sure everybody's had an opportunity to go through it. Our next was supposed to be Danielle Paniccia, but I understand that she has withdrawn her request and unable to attend. So that puts us to Gus Ganem. Welcome, Gus.
Welcome. Thank you. Honorable body, good afternoon. Distinguished Chair. My name is Gus Ganem. I reside in the city of Warren, 32068 Margaret Court. I actually built a subdivision, named the street after my mother. Was an honor for me to do that. Born and raised in the city of Warren. I went to public school, Beaver Elementary, Carter Junior High, and Cousin High School. Did a short stint at, we used to call it 12 Mile High, which is now Macomb Community College. And did some business management there. I started working when I was 13 years old at the Van Dyke Sports Center, picking up golf balls. And if you remember the Van Dyke Sports Center and Van Dyke and 40 Mile, the golf dome, and the go-kart track, spent 35 years there. And got involved in many projects in that community. But it taught me how to serve people. For 35 years, that's all I did was serve the people. Making sure that they had what they needed to have fun. You know, and a lot of them were Warren residents that remember me for years and years and years. So after that, I met my wife when we bought the Van Dyke Drive-In back in 1979. She was working there, basically her and her mother were running the concession stand. She was 16, I was just turning 18. We dated, got married at 19. I was 21. And so we had 2 kids. One works in the building here. One decided to go to Lawrence Tech, following his grandfather's footsteps. My mother was a real estate agent here in the city of Warren. Then she moved to Sterling Heights. Her company's called Time Realty. I think Mr. Romano might remember my mother. She was here for a very long time. My father was an executive at Chrysler. We bought our house by an Arden in Exeter back in the 1950s, and then moved to Chicago and Desmond, where I resided there for all the way to my 40s. I bought my mother and father's house. I live in the district there. I spent my time in the district there. I know the people there. Fast forward to Planning Commission. I was on the Planning Commission in City of Warren for 16 years, 12 as chairman. And in the 12 years of being chairman, I learned a lot about how to service the constituents of the City of Warren. And I can tell you, balancing between commercial and residential, making sure that the residents get what they want, making sure that the people get what they want is very difficult, as you know, because you all do it. And I could tell you, I learned a lot there. After 16 years, Mayor Feltz got elected, gave me the opportunity to work for the City of Warren for 16 years more as the Deputy Public Service Director under Dick Sabal, and the Public Service Director I took over after he retired. I innovated a lot of different organizations in Warren. I collaborated with the county on numerous occasions, census, potholes. We did the Mound Road expansion together. There's just a lot of things that we did together. And I bring a unique take to this organization here, is that I've serviced the city with phone calls from the mayor every day, at least 20 a day. And I had to fix those problems for the mayor. And I reached out to the constituents, and I talked to the constituents and fixed their problems. I did it for 16 years, over 25,000 of them. So I have a unique perspective on what the city needs and what we need, where we need to go. I know a lot of you, and a lot of you know me, and I get along with everybody, Republican, Democratic alike. I cross aisles when I have to. I make sure that everybody gets what they need. I like to continue on serving the public. I have been retired now since January, so I would obviously have nothing better to do but this job. And that means a lot because it's a big job. And those in public service understand it is a big job. So I hope that you appoint me. I hope that I could bring something to the table. Some worked with me in the SMDA and know how I operate, who I am. So I'll leave it to you to decide, but I would appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, Gus. Well, you got off easy too. No speakers, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have a motion and support to refer this to full board.
Motion and support to refer this to full board.
Support.
Yeah, okay, please vote. Now we have two.
Commissioners Vansickle and Wallace, your vote didn't come through for me, so voice vote. It didn't, okay. Thank you. Commissioner Vansickle, if you could voice vote, I didn't receive your vote. Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. I want to thank all the applicants that have taken the time to apply. We look forward to having one of you join us on the Board of Commissioners after the May 16th vote. So once again, thank you. Next item is item 8, Resolution 2024-1180, a resolution approving language for monthly E911 surcharge of 42 cents per month per device to appear on the November 5th, 2024 ballot. I need a motion to refer to full board.
Motion to refer.
I have a motion by Commissioner Romano, supported by Commissioner Nard. Seeing no speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 8-4. Commissioners Kraft, Sabatini, Vansicle, and Zinner voting no.
Thank you. Next item is proclamation, so I'll take a motion for 9A, B, C, and D.
So moved by Nard.
I have a motion by Commissioner Nard, supported by Commissioner Sabatini. A is a proclamation declaring the first Friday in June to be National Gun Violence Awareness Day. Michelle Nard. B is a proclamation honoring community action on its 60th anniversary. Chair Don Brown. A proclamation congratulating Natalie Garwood for being named Journalism Education Association Michigan Journalist of the Year. Sylvia Grott. Sylvia, you always have the longest titles on yours, just so you know. A proclamation congratulating Michael Seek for being named Macomb County Teacher of the Year, Commissioner Don Van Sickle. Seeing no speakers, please vote. What was that over there?
Commissioner Sabatini, did your vote come up? Thank you. Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is correspondence. A motion to receive and file correspondence on the Older Adult Advisory Committee 2024 First Quarterly Report, Older Advisory Committee OAC Mission Statement adopted April 23rd, 2024.
Zinner moves, please. Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Zinner, supported by Commissioner Nard. Seeing no speakers, please vote.
Commissioner Grote, did your,
No, didn't come through. Yes.
thank you. Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next is our second of two public participations. This is for any county business. If you would like to speak, we have a maximum of 3 minutes on any issues. Anyone from the public wish to speak? Once, twice, gone. Boy, never goes this easy. The next is commissioners' comments. I'm going to take the liberty of going first, thanking all my colleagues, friends, helping us through a very difficult time this past week. You were all very appreciated and loved. Thank you. Anyone else? Just raise your hand if there is. Seeing none. Next item is motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
Commissioner Romano, supported by Commissioner Van Sickle. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, please vote. We are adjourned.